What's up? We got a crazily wacky. What's up? We got a crazily. What's up? We got a wacky. What's up? We got a spectacular. What's up? We got a criminally underrated, unbelievably. What's up? We got a whoa unhinged rant. I'm sorry, but we got an unhinged rant. You know, right in your feed. You know what I'm saying? You was chilling like you on lunch break or something, or like you at home and like you chilling. You're like, oh, what's this video? It looks kind of interesting, and you just like click it. And you're like, oh, he probably has something to say or something. You're like clicking, and the guy has something to say. So here's what we're dropping. Here's what we're dropping here. All right, here's the topic of this video. All right, you know, the topic is basically correct. Correct. Correct your brothers. So, correction and making amends. That's kind of the title. It's a mixed video, you know? It's a mixed video. It's based on both topics. Basically, the first one being, okay, how should you go about, or talking about the importance of, just in general, correction with build up. Like, you're building someone up through correction, right? You're building someone up through correction. And as well as, because I got scripture ready for that one. So I'm trying to at least come a little bit prepared sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, because hey, sometimes I'll just be talking like, well, how's that supported? Then the other one I want to talk about is forgiving, which everyone can kind of, you know, you don't really need scripture for that one. I mean, many times in the scripture does it talk about forgiving. It talks about forgiving a lot, but not only forgiving, making amends with your brother. I mean brother, not as like literally brother. I'm talking about, fellow, human. But anyways, just one of y'all guys, one of your boys, you and your bro, like you like, hey man, and just saying like your bro said, hey man, I don't like you like that. Or maybe it's not even your, your homie, but maybe it's just some person, that yeah, some person that on your job, some person like you met on the street, some person you go to every time you go to the supermarket, you meet the same guy, saying that type of thing. Every time you go to the that the Starbucks, you go to the Starbucks, you see that one barista, and you're like, oh, I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens. But what I'm trying to say is, you want to make amends. You want to make amends. You want to try to make amends. At least try. At least try. Because why do you want to sit there with all this envy, all this hate in your heart for them, when at the end of the day, no matter what they did wrong to you, no matter what you did wrong to them, at the end of the day, if you can reconcile and say, hey man, I'm sorry for what I did, you don't even gotta say you're sorry for what you did, because that's on you. That's on you to say sorry. Because sometimes you'll be saying sorry and they ain't gonna say none. So they might not even think they're wrong. But you at least admit your wrongs. You at least admit your wrongs. Say I'm sorry, or if you don't believe you were wrong, right? Hey man, you say, hey, I'm gonna speak honestly. I'm gonna speak honestly to this person. Try to reconcile. Tell them, I'm not gonna like go in their face and be like, yeah, I don't believe I was wrong. I don't believe I was wrong. But you just go up to them and you say, hey man, let's drop the beef, man. Let's drop the beef. Drop it. We don't gotta have all this beef, man. We don't gotta have it. Drop the beef. How can we get this figured out? How? Ask them. Now, if they say like, "Oh yeah, you gotta do this, and this, give me all this money," well, then we ain't gonna reconcile. Like, I mean, unless I like did something horrible and took all your money, but if they just ask it out of nowhere for no reason, it's like, I mean, I ain't even got that type of cash, bro. What you know? Anyway, but here's what I'm trying to say here. So at the end of the day, what you want to do when you're trying to reconcile with someone is you just admit your faults. You say, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, I did all this, and I'm sorry. This boom. Right? You say what you say. You say what you say. And or you just, if you don't believe you were wrong, you just say something that you believe can help reconcile the situation. Depends on the situation, depends on the person. You know, there's some good words you can pick there. You know, there's some good words you can pick. But either way, you should always be gentle, not coming at them like just trying to throw insults and all this. Like, we're trying to reconcile, and they might do that to you. They might throw insults, be like, I don't care about your sorries, I don't care about your, I don't care if you don't believe you're wrong, or whatever the situation is. I don't care about what you have to say. I don't care that you want to make things better. I don't care. And sometimes, by the way, you might actually have to, when you are trying to reconcile with someone, you might have to give up something. Your pride, you might have to give that up, man. You might just have to actually, you will have to give up your pride. You have to give up your pride to do that, because a lot of pride gets us into a lot of arguments and makes us bitter about certain things. You have to give up your pride. Not only that, you're going to have to give up the things that, maybe you find comfort in / want. Maybe there's a situation where you're talking to someone and they, to really reconcile with them, you maybe have to give up something. Maybe you have to give up something to get something else. Maybe there's this problem you have. You have a problem with drinking, and they want you to stop. Your partner wants you to stop drinking. Maybe to reconcile with your partner, you might just have to stop drinking then. Maybe it's not going to get better unless you start working on those inner problems, not within just you guys together, but more just within yourself. Like, what are your issues? Because I doubt most people are, this is kind of common. Not a lot of people are going deep in and working on their issues. So if you do that to yourself, inner look, work on it, day to day, grind away, bit by bit, chip at that barrier to get deep, then you can go about reconciling even better. And what is better than reconciling? Why do we need to be so angry and bitter towards anyone? No matter what they did to us, why do we need to be so bitter against them? And that's the whole thing about forgiveness. It's difficult. You have to give up something. You have to give up. You have to give up the revenge, the pride, all this stuff. You have to give it up and say, you know what? You hurt me. You did. Or I believe you hurt me. Whatever. You did something to me, or whatever the situation I didn't like. I don't like you right now, or just in general. Maybe you did something I didn't like. Right. Whatever it is. And I have this bitterness inside. And you're saying, you know what? It's okay. Not the thing you did. Not the thing you did was okay, or that they did. Because at the end of the day, it will be okay, and I don't need to have all these hateful feelings anymore. And you go ahead and say, you know what? I forgive you. Does that mean that I think what you do is wrong? I say, let bygones be bygones. No, I'm basically saying to myself, I want to work on getting it better, and I want to work on myself getting better from this. Let's give an example. Let's say someone punches you in the face. Literally. They just punch you in the face. Okay. There's options you can go about. You can say, I hate this guy, girl. It could be a girl doing that. I hate this person. I'm not going to have anything to do with them, and I'm going to have bitterness in my heart for them. Okay, here's the two things we just talked about. Here's the two things you're doing. You're saying, I don't want to be near them, I don't have anything to do with them, and you're going to have bitterness in your heart. The first one is fine, because you're just going to get out of the situation so you don't get hurt more. That's fine. I will distance myself so that I do not get hurt anymore, because maybe they're going to punch you again. You could at first I'd say try to reconcile, but if you can't do that, yes, maybe you're going to have to get away, right? But the real problem, the real issue isn't with, what you got to do to get away from them or whatever it is. Like, the biggest problem is the bitterness that you have. Because at the end of the day, they could think whatever they're going to think. They could hate you still. They could, you could try to reconcile, and they're going to hate you. They're going to be like, no, I don't care. I don't care about your reconcile. I don't care about your sorrows. All this stuff. By the end of the day, you have to get rid of the bitterness in your heart and say, you know what? Even though you did what you did, maybe even though I did what I did, I at least try to reconcile, and at the end of the day, it's cool. I'm not gonna let it hit. I'm not gonna let it hurt me anymore. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna give it to God. I'm gonna say, you know what? He'll handle it. I'm not saying he'll handle it. Not like that. Okay. What I'm trying to say is he'll handle the situation. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he'll. You should be doing stuff like if you got to get away from someone abusing you, yes. But what I mean is you give it and you say, you know what? This whole situation is I can't control every party. These feelings I'm having, this bitterness, I don't need to feel it. So I'm gonna give it away. I'm gonna put it into this one place where it can just go and I do not have to deal with it. Think about anxiety, fear, those two feelings. If you give those to God, then you're basically saying when you give it to God, you are in control. I trust that you are in control. When you give bitterness to Him, you say, I trust that you are in control. And so I don't need to feel bitter. I don't need to feel bitter because you are in control. And if you're in control, then my bitterness does nothing for me, right? My bitterness does not help me. So that's what I'm saying when I'm saying that. That's how I see it personally. That's how I see giving it. When people say giving it to God, I see it as you're saying, this is a feeling I don't need. This is a problem, a trouble that I don't need on my mind. You can have it. You can have it. And he go take your bad feelings. He'll be like, all right, cool, throw it in the trash. Anyways, here's some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna keep hold of it and be like, here's your bitterness. I'll bring it back to you when you're ready. Like, no. You're like, hey man, throw it in the trash. You don't even need that, bro. All right, here, go ahead and have some peace right quick. That's literally it. You're basically getting it out of your mind, saying, hey, I no longer agree with this. I now trust. I trust that you're in control. That's how I see it, personally. So, that's what I'm trying to say. You want to get rid of that bitterness. Just get it out of there. Throw it in the trash. Like I was saying, you throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. Throw that bitterness in the trash. Realize the human, no matter what they did to you, or what you did to them, realize that they are a human. Not only that, they're made in the image of God. So they have innate value. Which means they're just as valuable as you. So why would you treat them in that type of way? Or even have any bitterness for them? Come on. So, try to reconcile with everyone that you can who you have a problem with or has a problem with too. Try to reconcile. If you can't reconcile, just let it go. Forgive him and move on. And so I'm not like the best at explaining what forgiveness is like meaning. I'm not the best at explaining that. I sort of understand it. Like it's more of like a, not as though you say it's okay, but it's more like saying, someone punches you in the face and you say, okay, I'm going to take the hurt upon myself and forgive you anyways. I said, you did what you did, but I'm going to forgive you anyways. Not saying that what you did was cool, but I'm just going to say it happened and I'm not going to keep that bitterness. I'm not going to start hating you now. Right? That's kind of how I see it. But anyways, I'm not the best at explaining certain topics, so hey, bear with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's my last video. Or one of my last videos. Hey, I ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm here to say my piece. If you want the true, like, stuff to get into, you know what I'm saying? Go check out the scripture yourself, bro. Like, that's really it. I mean, my videos are cool. If you want to watch that, like, I can help you. At least I'd like to. But, hey, at the end of the day, scriptures are where it's at. Let's really just be honest. At the end of the day, that's where it's at. And that's something I gotta understand. So, yeah, that's really just how it is. But the other topic was, and I'll make it kind of shorter. I don't like my videos too long these days. You know what I'm saying? I be talking. I don't need to talk that much. It's like, you're like, hey, wrap it up. Wrap it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? The script going on too long, bro. Wrap it up. So the last part is, when you reconcile with someone, it's okay. We're on top of that. It's about building people up. So, actually, I'll use my videos as an example. When you think someone is saying something that is wrong, doing something that is wrong, they are wrong. You believe it's hurting you, hurting themselves, hurting other people. You see that. The best way to go about it, and you may not change them, get rid of that idea that you're just going to change them. But the best way to go about it is to just let them know. In the most loving way. The most loving way. In fact, I'll use scripture for this one. In 2 Timothy 2:24, it says, "And the Lord's servant must not be quarrelsome, but kind to everyone, able to teach, patiently enduring, by the way, not accepting, correcting his opponents with gentleness." So we want to be gentle when we're correcting someone. When we're bringing people up, we're trying to help them, we're being gentle. So, for example, you're trying to help me. You're like, "Oh, what you said in this video was not very good. I think you need to not say that. Or this thing was wrong. It's just straight up wrong. That's just absolutely wrong. This right here is just I don't agree with that. Whatever it is. Or this mindset ain't gonna help you right here. Whatever it is. It can even just be the whole video. I don't agree with your whole video. Actually, I don't even agree with your whole channel, bro. So put them all, take it all down. No. What you want to go about it and say is, I don't agree. Here's why. And you be kind the way you say it. You don't say, "How dare you say it?" No, you be like, "Hey man, I personally just think this was probably wrong. I think this is just a wrong way to go about it. That's just my personal opinion. Do it what you will. But that's just what I'm thinking. I think you kind of messed up here." Now, I'm not saying you need to go to everyone and try to correct them all the time and just find ways to nitpick and be like, "So actually, I believe that no, we shouldn't be doing all that." We need to stop. People be nitpicking. All right, we need to not nitpick everything. But what I mean is when you genuinely see something that's like, that's a little odd. I don't think that's not really right. Hey, let them know. Let them know. And I'm telling you right now, for me personally, it's good when people get to tell you to let them know. Because then you know that they're not going to be mad when you tell them. But let me know. Let me know. Come at me and say it in the comments. Any video. Don't matter. Don't matter. Video now, in the future, any other channels I have. No matter what it is. Let me know. What's good? What did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? What's up? What am I missing? What am I missing? Let me know. That's what I'm saying. You got to come with gentleness, with kindness. Whenever you're building someone up, whenever you're trying to help them, you come with gentleness and kindness. That doesn't mean just being fake nice. It's being gentle and kind. We know how to be gentle and kind. Okay, it's not saying, F you, we hate you. I mean, it's not saying all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come at it with a bit of calmness. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and another scripture on this topic I wanted to read out is a pretty common one, Matthew 18:5. Sorry, not 5, 15. I believe it's 15 to 20. The other one was actually 24 to 26. So it was a couple. It was 2 Timothy 2:24 to 26. And this one is Matthew 18:15 to 20. And it says, "If your brother sins, go and show him his fault in private. If he listens and pays attention to you, you've won back your brother. But if he does not listen, take along with you one or two others, so that every word may be confirmed by the testimony of two or three witnesses." That's to say, a lot of times when you do, back on my topic, if you are trying to, correct someone, right? You want to go about it in a way where you're not trying to be like, look at him, he's wrong. You want to come at him and be like, okay, just tell him in private, go to him, talk to him, tell him in private. Now you can tell me like on the video, like that's fine, like that, because again, to be honest, if you don't know me personally, like you could just tell me on the video. But if you do know me personally, you could just like tell me. You don't gotta just write a hate comment. You don't gotta just like write a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just like tell me if you know me already. So it is what it is. So that's what it is. If you know someone, you just talk to them in private. Don't make it a big hoopla. You know, because you don't want to be drawing attention and bringing hate to them. So, you know, don't bring so much hoopla hoopla to the situation. Just kind of tell them private, and you know what I'm saying. If you don't listen, be like, hey man, we got some more boys to let you know. We got some testimonies. We got some boys up in here. Got the whole crew. So moral of the story is, moral of the story, make sure that you bring people up in a kind way, and you're not being super negative or impatient, and make sure you're being kind, and reconcile, as in actually try. Get rid of that bitterness out of people, even if they wronged you. Always try to make things better in the situation. If you can't make it better on their end, at least make it better in your heart and on your end. Say, at least I tried, and at least at the end of the day, I forgive them, and I'm trying to do better. Maybe I'm trying not to mess up again or something. But hey, that's what I have to say. And W vid. And see ya. That was all. We're making them shorter now. The next one will be 5 hours long. Stay tuned.